guys, what's up? It's Danny here, and today's video is going to be about one of the most anticipated events of all time, and that is the 2018 World Cup. Now, if you guys don't know me and you haven't really noticed my shirt, I am rooting for Germany. I was actually born there, which is why I go for them every single year. From the first time I saw the World Cup in 2006 to 2010 in South Africa to when they won it in Rio and to now in Russia. So if you think that I'm a bandwagon just because I won it last time, you are completely mistaken. If I was a bandwagon for Germany, would I really have all these jerseys from all the major tournaments I've gone to from 2000 and up? I don't think so. Anyways, the point of this video is to give my World Cup prediction. Now, of course, me being extremely biased, I'm obviously leaning towards Germany, and I do hope that they win. However, I'm also really understanding, and I know that might not be the scenario that will play out in Russia, which is why I'm going to be doing 3 different possible scenarios that could happen in Russia. One of them is a biased scenario, the second one will be a more, realistic one, or, not so biased, and then the last one will be like an underdog scenario. Now, before I show you my 3 tournament outcomes, please remember to check out my channel where I do videos revolving around school, lifestyle, and I do vlogs just like this one. Check out my channel, and if you like what you see, remember to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my weekly uploads. And also, do not forget to add me on social media on Instagram and on Snapchat at GoalkeeperDanny. But now let's go to the predictions. So I'm pretty much sitting right here in front of my computer right now. I'm about to do my first prediction, which is going to be a very biased prediction. So if you don't want to see such a biased prediction, just skip ahead and then watch my other prediction, which is more realistic. But anyways, let's get to round number 1 of World Cup predictions. Okay, so in Group A we have Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, Egypt, and Russia. I think first place is definitely gonna go to Uruguay. They're obviously the most skillful team in the group. Then second place is a hard one between Russia and Egypt, but I think I'm gonna give it to Russia. I don't know, I feel they're a stronger team. Group B is obviously going to be Portugal and Spain, with Spain winning it, Portugal in second place, sounds about right. France in Group C. Okay, obviously France is going to be in first place, and then we're going to have Denmark in second. I think they're just a better team than Australia and Peru. Then Group D, first place is obviously going to go to Argentina. Second place, that's going to be a hard one between Croatia and Iceland. Now, since this is a biased review, I think I'm going to go for Iceland just because of their underdogs. I remember how in Euro 2016 they had an amazing tournament. So I'm going to go for Iceland, Group D, second place. Now in Group E, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Serbia, Brazil. Without a doubt, Brazil is going to win that group. Second place, I'm going to give it to Costa Rica. They had a really good World Cup in 2014, and they have a really good goalie, Keylor Navas, who plays for Real Madrid. So I think they could pull it off. Now in Group F, we have Germany, Korea, Mexico, and Sweden. Germany, of course, very biased, and even though, let's be honest, without being biased, they're obviously going to win the group. And then second place is between Mexico and Korea. Now I think that somehow Mexico is going to get second place just because the way the point system is going to play out, it's going to favor them. They're going to get second place. Then in Group G, Belgium's going to win it, and England's going to come in second. We could agree on that. Group H, Colombia's going to win it, and Poland is going to be in second. Alright, so now let's move on to the knockout stage, which is pretty much, it starts with the round of 16, then you go to quarterfinals, then semifinals, and finals. And this is where, this is where the tournament gets really good. So let's do it. So first we have a matchup between Uruguay and Portugal. Oh, that's a rough one. Oh, that's a very, very hard one. I think I'm going to lean with Portugal on this one, even though I know that Uruguay could definitely win this game. France and Iceland, this game actually happened in the Euro 2016, and France dominated completely, which is why I'm just going to give it to them. Then Brazil and Mexico, obviously Brazil's going to win it. Then we have Belgium and Poland. Belgium's going to take it. Spain and Russia. Spain's going to win it for sure. Argentina and Denmark. Alright, Argentina got it. Germany and Costa Rica. Germany has got it. And then Colombia and England. I'm going to go for England. I think England might be able to pull this off. I know England, a lot of people think England isn't good, or that they always they don't do well in these tournaments, which is kind of true in a way, but I think they might be able to produce something here. So now let's move on to the quarterfinals. Portugal and France. This is a repeat of Euro 2016 where Portugal won, but I actually think France is just a more skilled team and they're going to win it this time. Brazil and Belgium, I'm going to give it to Brazil. Then Spain and Argentina. Ooh, this is a hard one. Spain and Argentina. Ooh, so I don't like Argentina, and like I said, this is a biased, very biased prediction, so I'm going to go for Spain because I'd rather have Spain be in the semifinals than Argentina. Then quarterfinals, Germany and England. Of course, very biased. I'm going to go for Germany because I love them. So now semifinals, we have France and Brazil. Now this is a repeat of the 1998 World Cup. In this case, though, I think Brazil is going to win it. In 1998, France won, by the way, 3-0. The final is going to be Brazil and Germany. This is actually a final that a lot of people have predicted. And a lot of people are going for Brazil. But like I said, this is a very biased prediction. And I will be going for my number one team, as always, Germany. And I think that they're going to win the World Cup if everything goes planned out in this way, in this format. Alright, so that was pretty much it for my first round of predictions. Like I said, very biased. I made Germany win and I'm rooting for Germany, so obviously it's not like a fair prediction. Even though there is some validity to it, Germany is a very strong team and that could possibly happen. They could win it again back to back, even though it's very rare since only two teams who have done that were Italy and Brazil. Moving forward, we're gonna go to round 2 of my predictions. This is more of like an analytical prediction. I'm not gonna favorite teams so much. I'm gonna take like a more realistic approach to it. First place in Group A is obviously still gonna go to Uruguay, but I think that instead of Russia getting second place, I feel that Egypt actually might be able to pull something off if they have Mo Salah, they have other talented players as well. They might be able to sneak into the second place, and the point system is just gonna favor them here. Group B, I'm gonna keep it the same. Spain and Portugal, they're the two dominant teams here. Group C, France and Denmark, I'm gonna keep it the same. I think that's a very reasonable approach. Group D, now I'm actually gonna give it to Croatia. I think Croatia, they might pull something here. They have a lot of talented players, definitely more talented players than Iceland. Now, even though Iceland might have more spirit as a team, I think Croatia does have the talent. For instance, they have like Mario Mandzukic playing, and he's a very, very talented forward, for instance. Now, Group E, instead of Costa Rica, actually this is a hard one. I don't know if I should keep Costa Rica in second place or Serbia. I think, okay, I'm going to keep Costa Rica, but I'm going to put Serbia. I haven't done this before. I'm going to keep Serbia as third place. And it might be a close like point system between Costa Rica and Serbia. Like it might just be like one game that decides everything between them. So now Group F, Germany and Mexico, yeah, that's gonna stay the same. Maybe Sweden goes up, but that doesn't make much of a difference. Group G, Belgium and England is gonna stay the same. Group H, Colombia and Poland, that is going to stay the same. Senegal, you might go up. It doesn't make much of a difference at the end of the day. But now this is where it might get interesting, the knockout round. So looking at it from a realistic approach, round of 16, Portugal and Uruguay. I think Portugal can win it. Here, they're definitely going to win it. Well, not definitely, but I think they have a better chance of winning it. France and Croatia, France without a doubt is going to win that game. Brazil and Mexico, Brazil's going to win it for sure, guaranteed. They're a better team. Belgium and Poland, Belgium's going to win it there. Spain and Egypt, of course, Spain's going to win it there. Argentina and Spain, for sure. We got that game going on. Germany's going to be Costa Rica. Then, of course, a rematch again against England. Now, here's where stuff are going to get interesting. Portugal and France, the rematch against, I think France is definitely going to win it this time. Like I said before in the last prediction. Brazil and Belgium. Now, this is a hard one, but I have to give it to Brazil just because they have, they're more hungry for it. They did really bad last World Cup, losing 7-1 to Germany. And overall, I feel that they have, a faster team as well. So that's why I'm going to pick Brazil for that one. Spain and Argentina, this is always the hard one, but I'm gonna have to give it to Argentina in this one, just because I don't know, they made it to semifinals last World Cup, and I think it's just gonna be a repeat. Then Germany and England, we're gonna keep it like that. Now, France, like the last prediction, they're gonna lose in the semifinals. Brazil's gonna go to the finals, and this is where I get really pissed off, and I hope this doesn't happen, but somehow Argentina's gonna beat Germany. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't, but it could happen just because Germany sometimes always loses in the semifinals. But I hope this doesn't happen. So this is a realistic prediction, but I hope it doesn't happen. And then in the final, Brazil's gonna win it. They're gonna beat Argentina, and it's gonna be great for them. A lot of people are gonna be happy since they didn't do so well in the last World Cup. So that was my second round of predictions. As you guys saw, I wasn't so biased. I let Germany lose in the semifinals to a team that I don't like at all. But now we're gonna go to the interesting round, and this is round number 3. I'm gonna call this the underdog round. You see, in this round, I'm gonna be rooting for all the underdogs, and I think it's kind of acceptable just because in this World Cup, it's kind of a shock. A lot of big teams aren't playing in it. For example, Holland, Italy, USA, even though they're not like the best, obviously. But we have a lot of teams here that don't go to the World Cup that much. For example, Senegal, Saudi Arabia, Iceland are going for like the first time. So I think a lot of games might be complete upsets for some teams, and I'm gonna try to, like, you know, sink that into this last round of World Cup predictions. So now in the group stage, in Group A, somehow, some miraculous way, Russia is gonna win it, because it's their home country, and actually no, I'm going too far ahead. I think we're gonna keep it like that. Uruguay and Egypt. Spain and Portugal. Now, something that might happen here, I don't know, but somehow Spain doesn't go because, well, first of all, if you guys haven't heard the news, their manager just got sacked, so that could affect them in a way. Somehow Spain doesn't make it to the next round. Portugal wins it, and Iran gets second place. I know it's crazy, but like I said, this is the underdog prediction. Group C, France and Denmark. We're gonna replace Denmark with Peru. Somehow Peru, they have a really big following, big fan base. They're very passionate about soccer. Their captain just got like accepted recently to go to the tournament, so that might affect, like, you know, the team chemistry a lot. Group D, Argentina and Croatia. I'm gonna go back to Iceland. I think somehow Iceland, they could pull it off. If they made it far into, like, what was it, 2 years ago in the Euro Cup, why won't they do it in the World Cup? Now, Group E, Costa Rica and Brazil. Okay, so we're actually gonna put Serbia. Serbia somehow is gonna go. It might work. Now, Group F, Germany and Mexico. Now, instead of putting Mexico in, I'm gonna put Sweden. Now, keep in mind, Sweden almost didn't even go to the World Cup. They actually had to beat Italy in a playoff game in order to qualify. So they have a lot of momentum going into this tournament. Now, Group G, Belgium and England. Like, you just can't switch that at all. Okay, now Group H. I say Senegal somehow gets the second seed for their group. Somehow they do it. In some miraculous way. They have a lot of good, you know, young talented players. So they have Sadio Mane. They might be able to pull it off. You really don't know. It is the World Cup. Anything is possible. Now we're going to move on to the knockout stage. Now we have Uruguay and Iran. Uruguay's going to win it. Even though I'm rooting for the underdogs, there's just like no doubt about it. France and Iceland. France is going to win it. I can't root too much for the underdogs on this one. Brazil and Sweden. Brazil's going to win it. Belgium and Senegal. Belgium's going to win it. Portugal and Egypt. Now this is where I think it could get interesting. What if Egypt wins it? Let's say Mo Salah scores like a hat trick or something. He scores like a 90th minute goal. Let's say Egypt wins this one, okay? Argentina and Egypt. Now, Germany and Serbia. Like I said, this is an underdog favored bracket. Underdog favored prediction as well. And let's say Serbia beats Germany, just because this has actually happened. In the 2010 World Cup, Serbia beat Germany in a group game. And you never know, Germany might not do so well this World Cup. You know, they might have a lot of like strength going into the tournament, but they might not just perform as well. So somehow Serbia beats Germany. Colombia and England, let's say Colombia beats, Colombia beats England. Now between Uruguay and France, like I said, I'm gonna favor the underdogs on this one. So I'm gonna go for Uruguay. Now Brazil and Belgium, none of these teams are underdogs, but I'd have to say that Brazil is they're like the favorite ones to win it. So I'm gonna go for Belgium. Now, Egypt and Argentina, it's going to be Egypt's like end to the World Cup, unfortunately, and Argentina's going to win it. Between Serbia and Colombia, I think Colombia obviously is going to, pull the win off. Now, between Uruguay and Belgium, this is where Belgium is going to win it. And then Argentina and Colombia, Argentina's going to win it. But in the finals, I definitely think Belgium has a chance of beating Argentina, even though they did lose to Argentina last World Cup in, I believe it was a quarterfinal game. Yeah, in a quarterfinal game, they lost to Argentina. But I think this could be kind of like an underdog scenario, just a different scenario, I don't want to be too biased towards Germany, so we have 3 different possible scenarios that could happen in Russia. So yeah, those are pretty much my 3 different scenarios for the tournament. Now, something that I want to know from you guys is what team are you rooting for and why? Make sure to leave that below in the comments section. Alright, that's pretty much it for this video. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with my weekly uploads. Also, do not forget to add me on Instagram and on Snapchat at Goalkeeper Danny. That's pretty much it for me. And always remember, stay hydrated.